around the table this morning is Professor Anand Menon, Director of the UK in a Changing Europe. Good morning to you, Professor.
Hiya, how are you doing?
I am bright, I am sprightly, I am ready to go. How are you, sir?
Well, you're all the things I'm not then, clearly. I'm half asleep and a bit tired, but don't worry about it.
Late night last night?
No, not at all, just age.
Oh, fine. I thought you might be at the Barbie premiere last night and that's why you were tired, but apparently not.
I have to say, we are going to go and watch that because it looks very funny. Yes, it looks very, very funny indeed.
I was asking someone this morning, I said, as a guy, do you care about the Barbie film that's coming out? It's hyped as the biggest movie of the summer. I know why me and my girlies are excited about it. But I thought, as a man, do you care? He told me that he didn't.
Well, I mean, partly it looks quite funny. We saw the trailer the other night, and partly I realise I owe my other half for dragging her to every single Marvel film, and she's very good about it, so I should probably reciprocate.
Absolutely. Quid pro quo. That seems like the right thing to do in any healthy relationship. Yes, good man. Also, I kind of, there's part of me that kind of thinks, actually, I think this is something that guys might like and should be a little bit interested in. And if the girls, I love Marvel and superhero and action films. I love them. And I think, well, I don't see why the guys can't like the Barbie movie, you know? I think you're going to like it, Professor.
I think I will too, to be honest. I mean, as I said, we saw the trailer, and much to my surprise, I found myself thinking that looks quite funny.
Yeah, well, there you go. We can rehash it.
I will report back.
Yes, you can report back. Did we, last time you were on, were we talking about the West Wing, or have I got that wrong?
We were talking about the West Wing, yes.
And
we started talking about the West Wing, and then you said we had to finish.
Yeah, I said enough. No, I was halfway through it. I have since finished it, by the way. I've watched all the seasons. I've had my analysis.
And?
My analysis was that CJ Craig is the best.
Yes, she's cool.
And it's a good drama. I enjoyed it. Josh Lyman is one of the worst characters ever and the most annoying human. I don't know why Donna liked him or decided to wait around for him as long as she did. Sorry for spoilers. This was years ago, so you can't.
But there's another thing about the Sorkin thing, which I find just a bit annoying, which is there tends to be a blonde woman who is used to explain stuff the viewer doesn't get, which I find just a little bit patronising. And it's true across quite a lot of Sorkin series. Donna plays the role of the person who says, "Josh, what's the Senate?" so that he can explain it to her, and that gets a bit old by series 7. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, listen, Aaron Sorkin, the thing is incredibly misogynistic, especially the earlier episodes. I found really, really quite sexist, actually, and I found it quite Islamophobic and very like Middle East bashing. To be honest.
I mean, actually, the series we've just finished watching is Mad Men, which I missed first time round. And my God, you want sexism? US advertising industry in the 50s. It was
all there. It is all there.
Unbelievable.
I don't know why we talk about news stories. I think we should just do a feature where you and I talk about the latest TV shows.
What I saw on the telly.
From years ago. Although what I will say, the last thing I will say on it, I don't know how we got from Barbie to here, but what I will say is I recently watched The Diplomat on Netflix. Did you see it?
We just watched that. Yeah, we just watched that.
It was fantastic.
Loved it.
Brilliant.
I think it's utterly silly. I think it's a brilliant story. I'm hooked. I think the actual story is utterly mad, and diplomacy doesn't work like that. But I can't stop watching it. Yes. Well, I can because I finished the series. But
I thought it was brilliant. But also, I think one of the early writers of The West Wing has made it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Deborah someone, I think.
Okay.
So there's crossover. That's maybe why you like it.
There we go.
There you go. Yep. There's some West Wing trivia that you didn't even know. I feel like I've earned my
Thank you very much.
Okay, brilliant. Let's talk about these stories now in completely off the topic that we've been on and in a very different lilt. This first one that I've put in here is about an aggressive sea otter. I love this story. Yeah. Do you care about it? I'm hoping you're going to love it as much as I do.
No, I don't care at all, to be perfectly honest. I mean, all right, so there's... I tell you what's interesting. So the story is there's a sea otter that is attacking surfers and nicking their surfboards, and there are some cute photos of an otter on a surfboard.
Yeah, they're taking it to sit on it. Let's just clarify that. The otters are sitting on the surfboard. They want to go surfing.
But what's interesting, in this story, they say the sea otter, which was raised in captivity and then released, how do they know what otter it is? That's what is bugging me about this story.
Maybe because there's not that many.
Recognised it.
Maybe because there's not that many about. We know about some do we have otters or beavers somewhere in one of the wetland centres in beavers? And we know when they were put there and in some of the wetland centres in London, and we followed the story of the beavers as they grew up.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't tell one otter from another. I don't know. I can't see any distinguishing features, but I think that's quite interesting because they're saying she's going to have to be taken back into captivity now because she enjoys surfing.
I think the point is there's not that many. There's not that many beavers around London. So we know there's one here and there's one there.
Okay, fair enough.
So I don't think it's like you see them at Trafalgar Square all walking by and you're like, I'm not sure which is the beaver.
No, I don't think there's that many otters. I think they kill most of them for their fur. So actually, I don't think there are loads and loads of otters off the Californian coast, but they do like surfing. And people listening should go to the news story because the photos are quite funny.
But what I love the most about this, why I loved it so much, is the tweet of this person who's taking a picture of the otter on the surfboard. And they've said, this may seem cute, but it's not. The sea otter was very aggressive and the surfer abandoned his board and swam to shore. I think it's very funny, actually.
Yeah, I can't take that too seriously. Yeah, I think it is very cute.
Okay, brilliant. Well, at least we're on the same page about that. Okay, yep. Fine. Professor, next story, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. I was like, your other man, Elon Musk. They're apparently going to have this cage fight and we all want it to happen. Do you care if it happens?
I mean, to be honest, I'd quite like each of them to beat the other one senseless so we don't hear from them again. That's where I am on this. I
love your cynicism. I love it.
I can't be bothered with either of them. I mean, what's wrong with them? If you've got that much money, just go away and spend it and have fun and enjoy yourselves. How can you be that rich and that worried about things like this? I don't understand.
But would you watch it?
No.
Really? I think you would. You want to see them beat each other senseless.
I'm a bit squeamish about that sort of thing. I struggle to watch boxing. I'm not very good at this sort of thing. But no, I don't think. I'm not that interested in either of them. I know there's a sort of cult around them.
Okay, fine.
But my kids and friends of my kids sort of watch sort of YouTube videos about them and stuff, sort of obsessively. But I'm just not that bothered, to be honest.
Well, that's fine.
I mean, I'm quite interested in the whole Twitter versus Threads thing.
Have you signed up to Threads?
I have signed up to Threads, yes.
I did too. I'm going to follow you right now.
Okay.
How do you feel about it? I'm going to follow you live on air. Go. How do you feel about it?
To be honest, and I know this reflects badly on me, I don't like Threads for the reason that everyone else does, which is there's just not enough nastiness on there. People don't argue.
Wow, that sounds about right. It sounds on brand.
I mean, I quite like Twitter because people are in your face and people say, actually, you're talking rubbish and you could have an argument about it and it's fine. Whereas Threads, I mean, also the other thing about Threads, it makes me feel a bit old because it's full of, on my timeline, there's all these people saying things like live your best life and showing, it's a bit Instagrammy and I don't like that.
Okay, fine. You don't like Instagram either. Fine. It's not nasty enough for you. I love this. Okay. We should have known.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise to me. Listen, it's fine. Look, we're not going to do Threads. I started it and then I disengaged, but I am on all social media platforms these days. And you and I won't be watching the cage fight because we'll be watching the Barbie movie, so that's fine.
Exactly.
I'm glad we've established that. Okay, this other story. Do you have children? You do have children?
Yes.
Okay, so I want your thoughts on this then.
I've got a grandchild, in fact, so I've got feelings on this. Okay,
Grandpa Professor, love that. Okay, so this story is about reins on children. This Grace Holiday writing in The Eye, she is defending them. She said they're not like dog leashes. They're a very smart way to keep them safe. Where do you stand, sir?
Not massively strong matter of principle to me. I didn't, and one reason I didn't is we actually had quite a big dog who was on the lead when we went to the nursery. So I just thought it'd look a bit weird. The kids were on a lead and the dog was on a lead. However, thinking about it now, my grandson's about 10 months and I'm sort of thinking, actually, it might be quite a good idea when he can walk because I'm not as sprightly as I used to be. And I'm kind of read this story and thought, maybe as a grandparent, I might do this, which I didn't do as a parent.
Okay, you do act differently as a grandparent. I've seen it because my mum is so soft with the
because you can't bend down or run or chase kids anymore the way you could.
Well, that's true. Grandkids get it easier as well. I've seen it firsthand. My nephews get away with stuff with my mum that I never would have, ever.
No, it's great. I mean, they come round, you feed them sugar, you send them home when they're getting upset.
Yeah, lovely. Excellent. That's a great way of doing it. Professor, I feel like we're going to have a feature just for us to talk about movies, TVs and shows, because I'm...
Oh, a TV review slot. That would be fantastic
A TV
fun.
review slot. That's what we should
Well,
put
actually,
in.
to be fair, it's a Netflix review slot, isn't it? The things we're watching.
Yeah, well, anything on streaming platforms, right? For one,
Yeah.
I'm excited about the second season of The Bear on Disney Plus, which is about...
I see. We haven't watched that yet.
Okay, well,
there were a
this
lot
is
of
my
people
next
said it's good.
recommendation to you. And because I like West Wing and Diplomat, and I feel like we're on the same wavelength here, Professor. So this is my recommendation. Do season 1 of The Bear.
Okay.
And also did you see Shrinking on Apple TV? We're going through all platforms here.
No, didn't see Shrinking. We watched the morning show, and I suspect we'll watch the next season of that when it comes out.
Oh, it's
and
out.
Actually, is it out? Okay, well, we might do that next. I tell you what has been a disappointment is we've given up with the latest series of Ted Lasso. We loved the first couple, but I don't really like it being 40-odd minutes. I like the short initial episodes.
Can't comment. I've never watched it, but if you give it a good rec, I will. But the first couple of series are brilliant, there's a slight twinge if you're a Leeds fan like I am, because this notion of having an American manager, we got an American manager and he got us relegated. So it's a bit sore at that point. Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. I shan't say any more about it. Fine. I'm going to somehow contrive a review slot. You should watch The Bear and Shrinking. Watch Shrinking first because it's absolutely brilliant.
Good tip. Thank you.
And I watched season 1 of The Morning Show as well. Loved it. I got to season 2 and it's in COVID times. So it starts the documentary and I couldn't do it. I'm not over it yet.
Got a bit silly.
We lived through it. I can't watch it. Like when I see things about COVID in TV or books, I can't do it. I'm not over the trauma of the whole thing and the stress of the whole thing. Trauma's a bit strong. I don't have trauma about it, but
watching programs about COVID and lockdown,
it's too
I get
close
that.
to the bone.
It brings back bad memories.
Yeah, we're not far away enough from it to do that. Okay, well, we've come up with a new slot for the radio show. I'm really excited about this, Professor.
Talk to your schedulers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on it. And let's report back on Barbie in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay, Professor Anand Menon, you are always a pleasure to talk to, even if we do stray off topic. Thank you.